2. Oh, we're live right now. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Spencer Israel, Ryan Faloona, Zunaid. Zunaid, how do you pronounce your last name? I've asked this like 10 times.
Suleman. There you go.
It's just like the basketball player, the college basketball player, Suleman. All right. Money Mitch will be here in a second as well. How's everyone doing this morning?
Good, man. Good. Ryan and I were just talking about how we stayed up late, so we're a little off our game, or at least I am.
Ryan, yeah, I don't know if I'm off my game yet. I'll let you know if I start bleeding money here. But what I will say is that I'm really excited for today. I'm holding POW calls. They of course had great earnings, so cool. I'm looking to exit that position today. Maybe we get a run towards 8. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, I was up later than I normally was because I was watching my Bulls beat down the Lakers. So I have no complaints. Everything's good.
Okay, Ryan and I were slacking last night it was a late hour for me.
It was fun. It was actually fun. You accidentally tagged me and then tried to get mad at me, and to me that was perfection.
You tell him.
I did. Yeah, it's just because he's all up in my slacks, and I didn't want him in there. Anyway, let's get the show on the road and let's start.
Let's go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher. Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Yeah, I was dancing too, Spencer.
All right. Good. It is 9:06. We have 24 minutes until the market opens. Let's go around the horn. Ryan already kind of shared what's on his radar. So, Zunaid, do you want to share what's on your radar this morning?
Yeah, sure. Yesterday, if you can go ahead and pull mine up here, and I'll go ahead and do this and do a little bit of this. You can see how yesterday $300 was such a nice level for NVIDIA to bounce. And then also, once it did drop, for it to kind of be resistance and go short. So looking to see what happens at the $300 level once again. So I'm going to go ahead and set some alerts here underneath it and also underneath it, or over it. Excuse me.
Yes. We got an overneath drop today.
To see how it reacts there. Uber. You had the CEO, Dara, and the last name I can't pronounce. Go ahead and buy.
Kara something. Kara.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kos Rashahi.
That's okay. Yeah.
Something like that. We'll call him Dara for now. Thank you. He went ahead and purchased 200,000 shares at an average price of $44.92. So about a $9 million purchase. So let's see how Uber does, because I wanted to grab calls in these because they were buying into the February $45 calls. Did not get it, but I want to see how this behaves. We'll just mark it right here to see if it goes high of day. And if it does, we'll look to grab some calls in that one. Apple, want to see how it does over 150. I'm going to actually go ahead and place it at 150.07. And those are pretty much the stocks that I'm looking at. The same old ones are on the same old levels. If you wanted to play Tesla yesterday, they had some news. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no reason what that news was. But it was near VWAP, so I had a chance to play this one to the upside a little bit of it. So I want to see if it'll go ahead and make a run today as well. So we're going to set an alert there and also set an alert at the $1,000 mark. So we can try to play for a quick little bouncy bounce. I don't know if I just say bouncy bounce on air, but whatever.
You just did.
Yeah, twice.
So, that's fine. Hey, Mitch, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? Right now, I'm trying to protect my account a little bit here.
Tell us about this.
Like always, sometimes you're going to get into that point where you just need to You need to press that red button. Get out. Get me out. I need to get out. And right now, I'm in one of those kinds of trades right now. I'll show you guys exactly what that trade is and where did I make the mistake. A lot of it is trying to learn from your mistakes. Body hitting me here. Not many times I hold the trade into earnings, but where I went wrong really was at the end of the day yesterday, I was looking for the stock to come on and push through 470s. As you guys can see right here, it was looking like it was finding a bottoming action, right? I went and actually added right here at the VWAP, right around 465. I think it was 463 where I ended up getting the fill. But I was looking for this to come back on up through 5, right? And if I was looking for that to come on back through 5, we should have had a push going into the close, not weakness going into the close. And what did we get? We got this kind of sideways action right at the bell. And that should have gave me my signal that 450s was my out. And one of the things that happens here is it kind of sucks to do a show at 4 o'clock right on the dot because I can't really be watching my positions. I got to kind of hold the position and do the show. So with that being said, I was watching it come down towards 425s, and I didn't want to interrupt the show just to close my position. So that right there gave me the hurt. I should have put out the order. Of course, you can't put out a stop order in after hours, so it's not like it would have hit anyways. I would have had to been paying attention to this. And this just goes to show you got to be paying attention to your positions, especially going into an earnings. And that's just the way it goes, especially with me doing a show at that specific time. Now I was trying to get out on this 375 pop right now, trying to get out some shares. I didn't get a fill there. I do have some orders out there right now. I'm looking for a pop into the open to manage some of the risk. If I could get even down, let's say 5-10% from the kind of the bottom here, that'll definitely help out the position and not being such a hurt position. But that's how it goes, guys. It's never going to be always perfect. And this is why you got to know your outs.
And how you manage that is really going to determine. I'm sorry you're getting bodied, Mitch.
Now, one thing I will say, though,
I see what you did there. Okay.
Is that I've been working on my body, so I'm not worrying too much about that.
Right.
But hey,
that was bad. What Ryan said was okay.
Hey, please. It's not my fault. You guys don't hit that body, Jim.
There's a reason you're wearing a hoodie. Ain't nothing to show off there.
Please.
Oh, trust me, Zunaid. You don't want to see all that now. But definitely, one thing I will tell you is that if you look at the portfolios,
Ryan, what are you doing?
Ryan's showing his guns.
Mitch is trying to
Ryan
say
works out.
It works out, and I was showing him my home gym.
Ryan works out. I seen him doing the flies. Now these two guys down here,
I don't. I actually went to the gym. Funny, we're having this conversation yesterday. Tried to go for 30 minutes. Ended up going for 10. But hey, it's a start. Look, shut up. It was.
Okay.
The cardio wasn't up to speed.
First off, I do belong to a gym. It's next to my apartment. Second off, I'm always here. I'm always here. That is why I'm not there, because I'm here. How can I be there when I'm here?
Well, I go after work.
So some of us work in our sleep, Mitch.
No, but what I'm actually happy about is at least, I have this down position, right? A really hurting body, right? But my overall portfolio is still in the green. This shows you guys that if you manage your portfolio and you look to get diversification, you could still be in the green, even with a big loser like this. Yep. Imagine if I would have been one of those day traders that just loaded my whole account into this position. Guess where I would be right now?
Yo, next time, just at me, bro.
Tears.
All right, and one thing I'll add, and then I do have to hop because I have to prepare for our next show, which is all access with alternative investments. I'll talk about that in a second. As I'm watching EV stocks today, we talked about this on pre-market prep, but I'm watching every single EV stock. I don't care if it's Tesla or Nikola. We're in a bit of we're having a second run right now. It's like deja vu all over again in EV land. So Fisker supposedly has news coming today. So said Henrik Fisker, but you've got Lucid doing crazy things, Rivian doing crazy things. I'm watching all of them. I don't care if it's a leader or a laggard. I'm looking at you, Ride. I'm looking at you, Nikola. Looking at you, EVgo, right, which has come off its highs. But I'm watching them all, wanting and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to chase I don't want to chase a Rivian here, but it's hard not to, right? I mean, we're up 166 now. Dear Lord.
Yeah, Spencer, on the day of the IPO, people were asking me what I thought it was worth, and I said $30. So
I didn't think
you're good, man. I mean,
no. This was so hyped. It was so hyped. I thought there's no way it could, but now forget that. Now it's all upside, right? So
let's So
talking
two
about-
things.
I
Spencer.
guess I would buy it until we get a red candle. But
I'll go ahead and say two things, Spencer. Right,
Yeah.
and one, I can't believe I didn't mention this one. Lucid Motors reported yesterday.
yeah.
Earnings.
Yes.
Stock is up at the moment. I'm actually in a position right now.
Oh,
I bought it at $50 exactly, hoping to kind of break to the upside a little bit at the open, but my stop loss is below 49, so I'm risking about $1, hoping for a nice upside. So there's that. Two, speaking of Rivian, I believe, and I'm pretty sure I'm right because I see it in my E-Trade platform, have options coming out today.
They do. They're optionable.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can take a trade today in Rivian.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how much juice is in those options and all that other good stuff. But I'm excited. It should be fun.
All right, guys. Evil short call out here for you guys. So start looking at the Bitcoin plays as shorts. Got that big red flag from Mara yesterday, and that already gave me signs. Even into the close after hours yesterday, I was telling a trader that I know, I was like, yo, man, I know you got a big position in HUT. I'm sorry, but sometimes other trades kind of ruin your trade. And I think this is exactly what's going on in here in HUT. Even though it's as strong as can be, the other stock, Mara, turning around the story here. And as you guys can see, it was already really weak in pre-market. Went down about 7%, coming back now. I'm looking for a pop up above 14 to start shorting into HUT.
All right, so just to plug my next show real fast, because I'm going to hop off and prepare for that. We're doing another All Access today, but this is a special one, right? We're not talking to any publicly traded companies or nothing like that. We're doing our second edition of what we're calling Alternative Investment All Access. So I'm talking to executives from 4 alternative investment platforms that offer access to things that are not stocks and are not crypto, because we spent all day talking about those two things. But I'm talking about real estate, commercial, residential, other things that you should maybe have on your radar, especially in an inflationary environment like we're in right now. So I'm doing a special show. It's going to be an hour and a half long today at 10:30. So after this show ends, it'll be an hour and a half, 10:30 to 10:30 to noon Eastern time. Me talking with these founders and executives about how you and me and everyone can invest in alternative assets, mainly real estate. And that's the point of the show. So I'm going to go prepare for that. And I'm going to be watching you guys make some money at the open. So good luck out there. And I'll see you guys on our All Access show at 10:30.
So wait, are we going till 10 or 10:30 today?
You go whenever your little heart desires you, Nate. How about that?
All right. So I'll wait for your ping in the Slack.
Yeah. We'll wait for that. Get the hell off signal.
There you go.
We usually get it sooner or later, right?
Yeah, it happens almost every day.
So what's up, Ryan? What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. I'm sorry. I was digging through Pro here.
That's why I'm giving you the wake up call, man. What's going on, man?
I appreciate that. Not much. Like I said, I'm waiting to get out of POW here. Nice little earnings beat. But I also got a call this morning from a private equity friend who went to go visit Chara, which is a stock that I've told you guys about quite a bit. This is a long-term
Ryan favorite.
This is one of my favorites, and like I said, the gentleman I know just visited the company, so really good report. I like what I hear. I think that this stock is massively undervalued. Frankly, I think the stock should be 8 today, but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, phone's going off there.
No worries. They're letting you know there. But yeah, one that you did call out yesterday that I liked, Ryan, was PROG. I know in the chat they're mentioning it multiple times. It's going to be on watch today. So PROG, definitely keep it on watch, guys. PORG. I kind of like this. I talked about it yesterday, how it looked so nice after that breakout of $3. And a lot of this has to do with just it's an actual nice extension, nice fifth wave. You got the correction waves on there. A lot of times when you get this kind of move on up, you don't hold that high up to the trend, right? You usually come back, let's say, usually you'll see the stock come back down down into here, let's say the 61.8 or the 50% retracement. This is actually holding really well at the 38.2. So showing you that retracement is at the top of the price, showing you that buyers are still willing to take prices up here. That giving you the signs that, okay, so now what do I got to look for? I got to look for the breakout of the flag. What do I need to look for? I need to look for 3 attempt tries through the resistance, and on the 4th one, looking for the breakout. That's exactly what you got here, right? So you got that push on up. This was the first resistance, second resistance, third resistance try. I always say after that third resistance try to break out, you look for a support hold. It comes back, it holds that support, gives you even a nice inverted hammer here, kind of harmy to give you that bullish engulfing candle now through the trend line. I'd look for pullbacks if I could get it at 375s or 350s. This one looks like it's trying to make a run towards 450. We'll see if it can make that run today.
Would you hold this overnight, Mitch? Because this was strictly a day trade for me.
Yeah, I would have held this overnight, at least on the daily chart. The daily chart shows you that it respects supports and respects patterns. You're okay to hold it overnight. If you don't see patterns on the daily chart and you don't see a hold of support, I don't say it's good to hold overnight. Like, let's say if it's just an intraday move and it just spikes and it doesn't have all this daily buildup, then I wouldn't have done it. If it was just a one candle that went up to the moon, but this is a pattern hold. And so it's showing you that buyers are willing to step up at support. That gives you support to overnight it, at least in the way I would attack it.
Interesting. I highlighted Richard's comment here. Look at the PROG open interest. I mean, it's ridiculous. If you
is.
Say again.
What's the open interest?
I mean, it depends. Like here, let me.
Yeah, no, that's a good sign. You know what I mean?
Let me see if I can. Can you put up my screen? Because I got my broker up now.
You got it, man.
All right. So here's PROG. So this is what Richard's talking about. Take a look at the open interest for this. Like this is January of next year. That's pretty big. If we go to December, which is next month, still pretty big. Look at November's. I mean, this just is telling me that there were so many people flipping these back and forth. So many people trading these options, but it's crazy because this actually goes. It doesn't just. It's not just the November month. This goes out to January. I think there is some decent size in February too. So a lot of people making bets on this through the options market. I'm not going to trade this through the options market. I would actually just trade the equity, frankly. And again, this for me is just a day trade, but really interesting stuff going on in PROG. Definitely worth a watch today. I think.
All right, guys. One of the things that I'm going to try to start doing, guys, and you guys know that I've been studying on my CMT stuff, and so I'm trying to bring some stuff for you guys to always kind of educate you guys and give you guys what I see. So you see that pattern right there? That's the PROG pattern. That's the fib 5 waves, ABC pullback, and then a breakout back towards the major trend. So that's exactly what I see. So if you guys want to do a little bit of studying, look up the 5 waves, 5-wave sequence, and see how that ABC pullback shows up on PROG. Just want to try to bring in a little bit more complicated things so that you guys can go back after this and do some research, maybe learn a little bit, and then can push you further in your journey. That's what we're here for, really. All right, guys, catching up with the chat. If you guys got a watch list or a certain stock to mention that you guys want us going into, we can definitely go ahead and cover that. Aaron likes that. Duncan Dave likes it. Richard, hey, that's what it's all about, guys. I'll show you guys exactly what I see and trying to match it with the education so that you guys can go ahead and then do your own research, maybe learn from that. All right, going through some stocks here. Flex on, Born. Dolphins all the way. Let's keep going. SOS. This is one of those stocks that ever since the name, I kind of stayed away from it. It just seemed like a name that I didn't want to be stuck in. I'd be feeling bad now. You know, SOS sounds like you just need to get out. To me, it's down towards 149. It just gapped down from 225. This is the stock that everyone was waiting for it to come back up to this pop zone. And the number one thing you don't want to see when a stock extends like this is a 100% retracement. That's exactly what the stock did. That actually negates this whole period if it retraces 100%. So that's exactly what this stock does. It actually retraces that whole 100% here. And from this point, you can look at all this, but it's not relevant because the retracement went down all the way.
Looks like a blow off top to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's go to HD now. Different stock mentioned in the chat. This one really is hot today. I like the weekly support at 370s. You can see how we pushed above that. So let's go into the daily. And now what we're seeing, and this is the hourly. Let's look at the daily. You can see that 370 hold even more. And this is why you always got to know your levels. And you can see how it got really strong at that 370. Now we want to see is it's okay to retrace to 374s, but you want to see that continued movement. Hourly has us pushing through that. Now up there towards 381. I'd look for retraces maybe closer towards 375, maybe risk off that 374.11 or maybe slightly below that to see 373. This is an interesting trade. Lulls can probably also trade off of it. So keep your eyes on lulls, looking strong also in pre-market. One thing I would point out on the lulls one is that you do see this resistance right here. Look for that resistance to break through and hold. So 238.89 or 238.90s, push through 240s, and you want to see a big push out, come back to that VWAP, and continue moving. Let's keep going with some of these other trades.
What about Tilray? I'm seeing that in the chat.
Good one. Let's call it out. So Tilray here, TLRY. We've been seeing cannabis stocks make a nice push. One thing that I would talk about cannabis stocks, and I've talked about this on At the Close, is that these don't, for some reason, I think it's just because of how the hype came and how the stocks traded, they don't like to hold daily and weekly patterns. I don't understand why, but they don't like to hold those patterns. They like to hold more monthly supports. So you got to go all the way back towards the monthly to find the supports so that you can see, hey, okay, so are we holding a prior resistance? We're holding that resistance. We came back towards this body. They didn't cover the whole 100% retracement, which would have been 840s. We went towards this 1038 and now bouncing off of that. You could use that low too of that prior monthly candle. So that low is 998, but right now you're trading at 1280. So you got to give yourself so much room in this type of trade. So for me, I think Tilray is not a bad trade, but you got to be careful with the volatility that it has. I've seen it stop out daily patterns consistently and also weekly patterns. So it's one of those that's a hard trade. I think long-term, easier even to day trade it.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually just going to say that it seems to be much easier to day trade. You know, this stock seems really responsive to option sweeps. So when you see a bunch of calls getting swept up, you can get some short-term movement just based on those calls. Obviously, that's not a long-term indicator for trading it or swinging it. But if you're looking to scalp, watch the calls on this. They sometimes get out of control.
All right, guys, want to go ahead and say, you guys out there, we got over 598 people. If you guys enjoy doing some live trading absolutely for free, smash that thumbs up. It definitely keeps us here 100% free. You know, we don't want to go into a paywall or anything like that. We want to keep it here to teach you guys. But of course, you guys do us a favor, smash that like, keep those tickers rolling. We're going to keep going through some more here. NVIDIA, I think you already talked about that one, Zunaid. So let's skip that one. But Gene, definitely pay attention to Zunaid. I know he's going to be watching the video. Christy, bringing up Disney here. This is an interesting one because it's been facing such a downside look, but looks like it could be finding some support there near 157.94s. It's a hard one to call because you're definitely catching that falling knife, right? And so whenever you're catching a falling knife, you're trying to call the bottom. And to me, I think it's still too early. But it doesn't mean that you can't call it here. You know, you at least have your support underneath it. Maybe you hold towards yesterday's low. Yesterday's low was 157.66. So you don't want to see that 157.60s break, let's say. And we'll look for it to come back up here towards 165. What are you guys feeling about Disney here?
I agree with Igor, who just said in the chat, Disney is not an exciting stock.
Yeah, it's a tough one to
great
trade
company,
right now.
But not an exciting stock. Completely agree with that. You know, I do like where we're sitting technically, right? We kind of dropped beneath that gap that we put in on, what was that day? December 11th of 2020. So I think if we hold here, you can make a case for us turning around. But if we continue to break down, I mean, I'm looking at the next support here. I think we go to 150. to be quite honest with you. 9 points from beneath where we're at. That's the 500 moving average is pretty much right there. It's at about 151, and that would be your next level of support. So that's what I'd be looking at here. I think it bounces. I mean, this is a great company. This is a great company. I think it bounces here. It's at a decent spot for risk to reward, but I could absolutely see some more downside here.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's catch up with a couple more. I did see a couple more being mentioned, of course. Lucid, we already kind of talked about it. So if you didn't catch those talks.
I got a shout I need to make here real quick.
Yeah, do it.
I just saw it in the chat. I'm trying to find the comment here. It was from Jeff.
Yes, if you can click on it if you find
it. I can't find here we go. Jeff G. He loves some Benzinga. I gotta say, he is a huge 49er fan. I'm surprised he's here and not out partying after last night's game. So, Jeff, congratulations to your 49ers last night.
It's all good. One of the things is I don't think the Rams were really coming and bringing it, but the Rams are ready to hit that bye week. Let's just say that.
Yeah, they sure are. They look like they were trying to force that to OBJ right out of the get-go.
Hey, can't blame them. At the end of the day, I think the Rams win it all. We'll see what happens.
No chance.
Hey, maybe we got a lunch bet, Ryan.
We got it. Let's do it right here live.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys heard it. I'm calling out an LA final, an LA Super Bowl. And there's the bell, guys.
Casino's open, folks.
Let's go ahead. Opening bell. Let's get it going. Ding, 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 ding. Let's do this, guys.
Mitch, I love the little bell asset that you have there.
Yes. We got to go ahead and get it going. You guys out there, let me know if you guys are seeing some plays out there. I'll be doing some research myself and looking for some plays. You got to sometimes go with the metal detector, find where the scanning is going. Let's find where those trades are going. Then we're going to go ahead and nail it. Let's go ahead and do that.
I love that you have a guy metal detecting as an asset, because Tuesday is Oak Island Day, and I cannot get me enough Gary Drayton with the metal detector. That's awesome.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Mitch, you are just hitting on all cylinders today. Woo!
All right, guys, I'm going to be looking to try to get out of my body position. You guys already know how I've been trying to do that. Let's see if I can get out of here and manage it well here. It's going to be a tough one here. Looks like we got to dip really quickly out the gates. I'm sure that there's people just selling. Those are those panic sellers. So I want to see if that panic selling could break us through this, get us up here towards 375. Because, of course, I mean, if I can get out even, let's say, 40 cents higher, that's going to be about 10% for me, or somewhere in there, 5%. And I'm trying to manage this loss right now. All right, guys, so I will put on a different chart for you guys so you guys can watch the trades coming out from the open, what sectors are moving hot. Consumer cyclical, look at that move. Look at this, guys. This is what I look for when I start looking for industries getting hot. Consumer cyclical doing this candle right out the gates, you start looking. All right, so what industries are hot? Home improvement stores. Of course, we already talked about HD. HD popping on up there. Another one that I'd watch today is LL. Why? Because there was that release of the Warren Buffett FND buy. So he went buying on FND, but this is at the top of the range. So I'm looking for a stock that's similar, that could have a laggard effect, which would be LL Lumber Liquidators off that 750. Maybe you get a pop towards 18 today. Let's take a look here. What other ones are moving in that industry? Consumer cyclical.
Real quick, Mitch, before you do that, POW, just a gigantic pull after earnings. So I'm actually still in this. I'm still in these calls. There really hasn't been much movement on the call. I'm waiting to see if this stabilizes.
POW.
Huge pull. Look at that pull.
All right. You guys in the chat, smash that like. Mitch got some body bags. Crypto.
You like that, huh?
Mitch got some body bags. Yeah, I got some body bags that I got to get rid of. Let me throw them in the Everglades, Florida style. There's gators out there. They'll take care of them. Bourne knows what I'm talking about. That Florida man.
Real quick on Lucid, I'm gonna grab some. What did I end up grabbing? Lucid. I'm gonna grab the $50 calls, paying $2. A quick break of 47.75. I will be out. So this could be a very, very quick stop loss getting out of here. But I do hope that the 48 will hold, but again, could be easily stopped out because we are near support there. So keep an eye on that.
I'm watching the Rivian. No trade here. I'm not even messing with this.
Did it bounce from 160?
Rivian options, dude. This is bananas, bro. I can't even believe this. Someone bought a ton of that 165s for November.
Man, I've got. Oh my god, I gotta get another screen at this point. Hang on.
This is one of those pullback days, at least what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, at least early on. But you might get that reversal that you were talking about, Mitch.
Yep, the switch. There's the SPY pushing back up there. That's a good sign for us. You could get those kind of red to green moves now. That's what I'd be looking for, red to greens. One of the things that's important to me is always looking for swings of momentum, right? And so right now you're getting sometimes these pre-market moves where you get this spike into the pre-market move and then almost expect like an hour of pullback and then a push back up after that. Lucid dropping fast there. 50s was so important. We broke through the 50s. We got up there to 51. I think it's gotten that gap fill. You got to be careful with Lucid.
Yeah, I'm out Lucid.
Yeah, I personally thought that was going to be a pop to 50 and a sell after that.
It broke 50 pre-market, but just couldn't do it once again. It went to 51.06 pre-market, but that's going to be an L trade for me. We'll revisit if it comes back.
I missed the HUT pop. I missed the HUT pop, guys. I was talking too much crap here, but I gotta call it like I see it. I was talking too much crap here. Look, what did I say? A pop towards 1390s right there. Went all the way down towards 1338 immediately. I would have loved to grab up there towards the 1390s. Let's see if we get that. See if I get another attempt here. How's Mara doing in Riot?
Yeah, I was actually just
Mara
thinking that as you said that.
that.
That's hilarious.
There you go. And let's see Riot. Riot pushing up also. Let's see if these just turn around. If these are just big people panic selling, causing the stock to spike, but it's not really buyers stepping in. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you look at the Bitcoin chart, you can kind of guess that is going to be the case. Right?
AMB being mentioned in the chat. Isaiah, I see that one. Nice move. See
Which
the PROG.
AMB.
Look at that PROG move. Nice move there. 395 to 4s. I might take a day trade on this, guys.
Huge.
I should have been watching this one. This one's a nice one.
Yeah, that dip right out of the open there is right to that pivot point and a huge bounce off that.
What did we talk about? It was looking for what did we talk about? We were looking for a 430, 425 move. So you're going to start seeing a little bit of selling here because it's the resistance. It's okay to see some selling here. What you want to see is a pullback and volume continue to flood on the next push up. So let's look at the 1 minute. It's okay if we get a little bit of a pullback here. Let's say go back towards 410, but then ripping through 425s is what you want to see. So I'm even going to draw a little line there
going off here too. Big block at 423.
So you see the little pullback there? That's selling. It's okay. It's normal for you to see a little wick there. That's the resistance. It's the high of the day. They're trying to sell at what? The known resistance. And you can't blame them for that either, right? Some traders are just trying to get that move. Some traders are trying to get what's called the breakout. Now you look for the breakout. You look for that push through with high volume. So you got that pullback now. Now you're going to look for that high volume to go through 425.
Born holding PROG heavy. Let's go, man. Nice trade. Nice trade.
Lucid back over 48. Nice little stop me out and then come back up. I have no clue what it's going to do, but we'll see. If it goes above VWAP and stays, I might get back in.
Stopped out, guys. Did get stopped out of my swing trade with DKNG there, guys. So stopped out of that one.
And so what do you think's going on here with DKNG? Because we actually talked about this in the happy hour last night too. I just can't believe that it just can't get out of its own way.
It's not DKNG. It's Penn. It ruined the whole industry, Ryan. Ruined the whole industry. The day that the Portnoy news came out, it ruined any upside towards DKNG. It's just been one of those stories that isn't focused on right now. Yeah. It'll come back into play for me near the Super Bowl, and then you should see a nice lift. So that's my next catalyst. Super Bowl catalyst, playoff catalyst. Look for that to come in.
If you throw up my screen here real quick,
Let's do it.
One of the things that we did yesterday when we were looking at this is we were saying that, looks like a head and shoulders here. And now we're actually breaking down past this 500-day moving average. I mean, if you're looking for your next support here, 34.50, maybe maybe 30. So we'll see this. I agree. These are ugly, man. These are, unless you're short, and these are no trades here right now.
I don't like how SEAH is performing today, but I'm just going to leave it alone right now. LAZR also pulling back. I'm about to get out of my body. It's starting to push towards 366. Let's get it up here in the 70s, and then I'm going to start slowly ticking out. I don't want to take it all out at once, because if it continues to run here, you want to get as much of the pennies back as I can. So I'm going to look to take out some through the 370s, some through 380s, maybe all the way up to 4. If I could take it at 4, of course, I won't be mad. So this is where you have to go ahead and start maybe putting out some orders to sell some, and then just leveling some orders above.
What were your levels again? I want to look at the chart. As you said, 380 and 4. I'm sorry, Mitch. What were those levels again?
So right now I'm looking for a bounce back through this high that we saw in pre-market. So you saw this little spike, this little 1 minute pattern. I was looking for that spike to go through there. Try to get back up there toward the high. The high is 380s, 370s in there. I'm going to start selling some.
Gotcha.
And then look to get out the rest if it can continue going. But if it doesn't continue going, you definitely want to get out some right here, because it's giving you kind of a gift. It's a 6% gift for me. I would rather take a 6% push back here and then just get on out here. Boom. It should be closing some of mine right now. Let's see if we get this close here. I'll let you guys know when my order fills.
Yeah, I'm just looking around here. It looks like MoneyGram is popping a little bit. Ticker MGI, no trade there. Hurt Scrambler wants to take a look at DNUT. I know that's one we've traded a number of times in the past. DNUT pushing here right out of the open. Where are we at here on a daily? Maybe we broke this recent downtrend, right? That would be what I want to see for sure. It's been a long time since I've had one of these heart attack rings, but I do like them so much.
Maybe shouldn't have been so loud. I think someone attacked my 370s. No fills there. I'm trying to get out now at, let's say, 365. So let's see if I can get out there.
I'm going to grab some NVIDIA calls. We'll grab the 310, paying about, I'll say exactly what my fill is. 580, well, 579 to be exact, but we'll call it 580 on NVIDIA. Break of 300 down to 299.50 will get my stop loss. I'm definitely out of my mojo, my man.
That's how it is sometimes, man. No worries. We all have our losses. It's all about controlling them and getting back towards the opportunities. All right, guys, just took out half of my body position there at 360s. Had to go 10 cents down because somebody was scooping off my 370s, but I can't blame them. Whoever was grabbing them there and sold some there too. I'll look for the next lift to see if we can get it. If not, 350s is our out regardless on the downside from here. We don't want to get back below that level. We wanted to push on up to 4 and get the rest of the shares out there. All right, I'm going to start looking for another trade here. I do have a day trade, so let's see if we can nail something out. Let's take a look at the sectors. Let's take a sector and industry look here, see what we're seeing. Consumer cyclical is still looking strong there. Amazon having a good day. HD having a good day. Look for HD to come back above VWAP here. Not a bad looking play there. FND, that was the Berkshire play. Let's see if that can come up. LL was the play that I called out for the laggard effect on that one. Not a bad play near VWAP right now. 770s, maybe up towards 18. So you're looking at maybe a 25-cent risk, looking for a push back on up about 30 cents. So you need a little bit over that 18 for it to make sense profit to loss ratio wise. And that's LL. Let's take a look at some other ones here. What is trading up in that same sector? Playboy up a little bit there. Lucid pulling back to VWAP. Let's see if it gets another ride up there. Baba pulling back there. Nice little chart there for Baba. But if it breaks down through the support right here, you could see it just kind of reverse there. Lulu pushing on up there to 469. That one's one to keep on watch. PDD having a good day. So look for maybe the Chinese conference plays to do well today. They are showing some strength. Looks like Tesla up about 1%, pushing back there. Not a bad play there. And looks like Peloton bounced back a significant amount, so maybe my body could keep going. We'll see what happens.
I'm still looking around here. I actually don't see much today. Still in my POW trade on that huge pull. I want to see. I have January calls, so I've got enough time to wait on that. Looking at Microsoft, looks like Microsoft got a $400 price target outperform rating at Credit Suisse.
Boom. Looks like PROG went for that breakout and went to 445. Didn't get towards that 450 that I was looking for, but I hope someone was able to at least nail that first leg up. That first leg up with a nice push. Now it's coming back to VWAP. You want to see the VWAP hold, get right back up there towards that 440s, and then 450s stepping up. So you want to see a seller there, and then you want to see the added flow of volume. If we do get up there, I'll try to pull up a level 2 to show you guys exactly what that means.
We got to shout out 13 here. 13 has been calling Playboy since before the earnings print. This, if I recall correctly, you said that this was a nice move off the 28 handle. Here we are nearly 10 points higher. Looks like it is actually setting new high a day here, looking to push on that next leg up. Keep us posted on that trade, 13. Nice job.
It's been beautiful. I agree. Since this move right here, where it had a bearish pattern, where it broke above this pattern, then came back and then back above that level, which was the 27, that gave us that good lift off. And it still hasn't come out with some new NFTs that I think it could still push it towards the next level. It did come out with some of them. It could continue to push. I think this is an interesting one. When did I draw this circle? I drew this on November 2nd. So we've been looking for it to come up in this area, and now it's starting to come up in that area. We'll see if Playboy can continue. That's a good one if you're in that one.
Yeah.
Vuzi being mentioned by Junior. I know that one was an old play that was moving. It was kind of a meta play that kind of pushed up but went sideways. This is one of those that just doesn't have that much move, but still in play a little bit, trying to get towards this pullback here. As long as it holds 14s on pullbacks, I think I still like it.
Still looking around here. Sorry, I have a bird that lives in like a hole in the roof right outside my window, and he just flew out. It's pretty funny looking. It's cold outside. I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
At least I don't have the snow.
A little update on the NVIDIA trade. The calls that we bought, which we paid about $580, they are currently trading at $540. It's torn with that $300 mark in NVIDIA. So honestly, let's see what happens here. My target is at least going to be 303, but not too confident in this one. And speaking of it, I might get stopped out here in a second. I am going to risk about $90 or so on this option. So maintain your positions, see what your risk is on that one.
This is when I got stopped out yesterday on break-even microvast, ended up break-even trade. Went above 10 multiple times. I did have earnings, but looks like it's having a pushback right now. We'll see if it can continue moving. Let's go back to HUT. Let me see where HUT's at. Ooh, it's in shorting range. I'm getting a little excited. I'm going to go look to see if I could short this. I'll throw one of your guys' charts up while I can go.
So yeah, you've got HUT options coming in too, but they're further dated though.
I'm looking. I'm going to looking.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
I'm looking around too. I'll keep going through the tickers in the chat here. Whoa,
you guys want to see me
push.
If you guys want to see me take an option or a short on HUT 8 here, smash that like button. Let's get it up there.
I can bring HUT up.
All right, so what we got? The 19s. All right, so the YOLO type.
So what is your trade plan here? You want a short HUT? What's your, if you can talk through it? I know you're trying to get a fill.
Yeah. So no worries, it's popping up right now. So right now it's giving me a favor. So I've been looking for a move back down towards this kind of $12.50, $12 range. I think it could get down there even by Friday. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm looking right now at possibly the 14 strike price for November 19th. Right now it's at 56 cents. It was a previous close of 43 cents You got an open interest of 4,500. So at least people are trading it. Looks like there's a big order on the ask side at 59 cents, and the bid is at 133 contracts. The ask is at 440s contracts. So they're definitely trying to push on the ask side. I'm going to look for a dip towards 50 here. If I could get a dip towards 50, I'll definitely take it here and look for it to knock back down. Break even would be a 5.4% move down. So we would need it to come down towards 1343. So we would need it to come back into this area for me to go ahead and start getting into the profits. I'll put the chart up here so that we would look for 1330s in that area for that reversal right back down through 13.
I'm looking at the scanner here, just kind of looking around. Sorry that I don't see much this morning.
Uber's trying to take out, or good at take out. Let's see, Uber. Yeah, I went ahead and took out pre-market highs. We'll grab some. I'm like 0 for 2, so I'm like a little hesitant.
Yeah,
I'm looking for it.
That's how I was, Zunaid. I was in just a nasty losing streak. And my suggestion for that, people ask all the time, it's shoot or shoot, right? It's like if you're a shooter in the NBA and you're in a slump, how you get out of that slump? You just got to keep shooting. And that's how it is with trading, man. You just got to keep firing. And that's where risk management really comes into play, because you have to make sure that you don't take yourself out of this game. Yeah. The only way you're going to be able to come back is continue to trade. And you cannot oversize yourself. You're going to knock yourself right out.
I'm interested in Uber. If it kind of pulls back a little bit, I will go ahead and get in. But right now it's just on a nice tear.
I'll put you up there.
I don't. Okay, cool.
Smash that like.
I don't have access to do that. But yeah, Uber, as you can see, nice little 15-minute run so far. Broke pre-market highs, much stronger. I'm hoping for it to at least come back and like retest or something. But so far, just wants to go. Matter of fact, since we started talking about it, it's gone up like 20 cents. But anyway, not in it. I like it. Waiting for it to come back. But we can go ahead and take a look at TTD. You got some calls coming in at the 108s expiring this week, which is right at the money. Would not be surprised if this hits 110 and then some today.
I wish I would have caught that wall. It looks like there was a wall at 425 that started breaking through on PROG. Bourne talked about it.
Yeah, PROG. That might be getting a chat room mention right now too. You know, the thing about PROG here is, to me, just looking at the intraday chart here, it looks like we want to take out 444. I mean, as long as this volume sticks around, really anything is possible. Push up to that high, you might get a scalp opportunity up there.
All right, looks like Hut turning a little bit around there. Still haven't gotten the option here. I'm looking for it. I wanted it to push towards that 437 that I have clearly drawn out, but it didn't push right there. I'm looking for one more push here. So we've had one lift where it pulled back, second lift where it pulled back. I'm looking for that third push out and then a collapse.
Keep an eye on PROG. You've got $170,000+ sweepers coming into the 4.5 calls expiring this week. Do with that what you will.
Richard talking about he's also waiting for that 450 move for maybe a momentum trade through. So not a bad stock to definitely keep your eyes on. I mean, I like how it's trading. Has 35 million shares traded on the hourly chart. So that's important, guys. It's definitely getting the volume that it needs. It's starting to get back above yesterday's volume, which is very important. If it's going to pass yesterday's volume in the first hour of the trading day, you definitely know traders are watching it at least. So that's 47 million yesterday. Look for us to get past that in the first hour of the day. That would be a good sign.
And I joined you, Zunaid. I took the L on POW. This thing is it's got no strength at all. Just right back to the day lows, pounding on those day lows. I was in calls for December. I'm out them. I'm lucky because they actually traded up a little bit, so I think I only lost 15 cents on the call contract itself, but massively disappointing morning for this after reporting what looked like really good numbers last night. Just awful trading this morning.
Welcome to the club.
Alex asking me about DM week. I actually got out of DM. I've been looking for these pullbacks. They've not been holding. I'm actually looking to see if I could get this back down to where I bought it. So look, this is why you get rid of a stock sometimes, guys. If you see the turnaround, look at the angle that I had created right here. This was the turnaround that told me to sell out. So I said, if it stayed on that angle, I was going to stay in the trade. But it came down, it popped up, went up there towards $9. And when it started turning around here in the 850s and 860s, that's when I sold out, guys. I said, you know what? This is a good trade for me. There's no need for me to stay in this trade if it's turning around and letting it go all the way back down. And it would have been a loser now if I would have still held. So I'll see if this one can get below these lows and I could get a re-entry eventually when it dies down. Mitch, I can't find you on Instagram. You probably won't. If you do, I'll literally give you a prize. I had an account, but like way back in the day. You probably won't find me. I'll tell you that much.
I'll give you a prize if you find me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'd be interesting. The only place you can find me at least active is Twitter. So Miss Whitehorse, if you want to add us on Twitter, I think all three of us, you could definitely add Story Investors, R Faloona, and I don't even, how do you, I know it's made. I know it's that, but how do you spell it? That's the interesting part.
Oh, it's made X in X India.
Oh, well, you're too cool for me, Zunaid.
Isn't it right? Yeah, it's written on the. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, I couldn't get the made in India. I feel like someone already took that, but you know,
you killed it. There you guys have it. Add us up. Give us some questions. Hit us up in the DMs. If you guys got maybe a strategy you want to talk about, maybe it's a specific trade you want us to take a look at on live trading, we could definitely do so. Also, you guys out there, if you guys by any chance nail a big trade, let's say you guys nail a big trade while you're on here, or you just nail a big trade in general, and you want to come onto the show to talk about how you went about that process, hit us up. We'll definitely bring you onto the show.
All about process. Absolutely
yes,
love that.
Definitely.
Too. And PROG does look like it's trying to gear back up here. Again, to my eye, it looks like it wants to take out this day high, but we'll see. We'll see if we can actually push.
Mara, help! Michael says, Mara, help. Let's take a look here at PROG to see if it's just going to take this lift off right now.
Here we go.
I do like the pattern. So this is what.
Some.
So I'll draw it out while it starts making the move, guys. So what I always look for, guys, and I talked about this plenty of times, is always the 3 support and resistance tries. This is my rule of 3. I came up with this rule after watching so many patterns do this. So if you can see here, 1, 2 tries, then you get a 3rd try right here on this candle. And what happens right after that? Support test. Support test, as long as it holds that support, I'm feeling bullish, and this thing can come on up there through the 435s up there to the next level. It's my rule of 3. I almost don't like giving it away because this is the only time I've ever in my whole entire trading career feel like I had a light bulb just go off in my head.
It's fun when that happens.
There's very rare times, right, where you just feel like you just found some what I call true knowledge or something that can actually stick. And you can use it on multiple charts, not just, let's say, a bigger chart like a $100 stock or a $5 stock. We can move it within and out, and you're going to start seeing these rules of 3s. You guys let me know if it exists. I see it, and I would love for other traders to look for it the same. Pinky up, Born. It's only one way. Pinky up, baby. All right, so Hut doesn't want to pass back above 14 again. I think I might have missed out my opportunity. Yes, I did. It's already up there to 66 cents. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold off. That's what happens when you try to trade options, Mitch. You know better than that. I would have just shorted the actual stock. It was a good question that we actually got. I'm gonna scroll up here. I'm gonna try to go to that question that we got. There you go, Robert. This is a great question for us to answer, guys. So he says that I've been starting to try to short, but Thinkorswim won't let me short many stocks. any brokerage recommendations that have maybe some easy shorts available. I would call out maybe Trade Zero as being one of those that I've seen some shorts. Interactive Broker, I've seen some easier shorts. Definitely not TOS, Thinkorswim.
Yeah.
They have probably the lowest amount of shorts, I think, that are easily located. And that's what matters, right? So you need to learn the difference between locating shorts and easily shortable stocks. This is very important, and you always need to ask your broker if they have the strength. Look for it, especially if you're trying to short. You have to know that your brokerage supports your strategies. And for me, Thinkorswim is an upside play. It's not a downside platform.
Yeah, I mean, I use Thinkorswim. I don't incorporate shorting into my strategy at all. If I'm going to play something for the downside, I play puts. It's just a decision that I made. I did see a comment here by Cyprian. If you have to ask that question, you should not be shorting. I want to kind of add that if you feel that shorting is something that you want to incorporate, it's important to understand exactly what you're exposing yourself to, and then also perhaps practice, right? You want to be able to have your executions down. I mean, when you short, you're exposing yourself to unlimited risk. So it's important that your risk profile is able to handle that. PROG looks like it's trying to take out 444 here at 444 day high. Are you in this, Zunaid?
Yeah, I'm in this at 436. I am going to wait for the break of 450 to get into it some more. But so far, like I said, I'm 0-2, so we'll see what happens.
Here we go.
Break it.
Really nice trade here on PROG for anyone that took it. 450, huge sell wall there.
Yeah.
At 450. Let's see if they take it out here.
It's got like 150,000 shares. Jesus Christ.
I hope somebody got that VWAP fill in right here. That's the fill right there that if you had right now, I'd be like,
yep.
High five. There we go. 454, 455.
Push to the high. Nice trade.
It's going. I didn't add. I'm not going to. I'm just going to let it play out.
Morning. Beautiful, beautiful
trade right there.
It broke so on the daily, if you go and look back, if you want to pull up my chart, you can see looking back left, that 450 area was a nice little resistance. Obviously, we went ahead and broke it. Now we got to maintain it, possibly have a retest, and then go up even higher than that. The next area could possibly, obviously, be the 5. I expect that to be huge. So that's my target. $4.90 is where I'll go ahead and get out of this one. But let's see. Let's see what happens. So far, so good, though.
Elisa, getting some shout outs. Thanks for going through it. I hope that you guys appreciated my analysis. And if it was able to help, then by all means, always, guys, do your own investment decisions. I'm going to do my best to tell you guys what I see, fully transparent, just like I tell you guys about my losses in body. And I could talk about a win in LAZR. I'm going to tell you guys both ways and call it like I see it. You know, regardless if it's a good trade or not a good trade, I'm going to just call it like we see it. All right, so that's a good trade. Definitely, if you were able to nail that PROG, power to you. Not a bad trade at all.
Looking at TTD as well, by the way. If it goes ahead
PROG new highs, by the
Yep,
way.
470s touch there. Nice little pattern there. Now you got 3 highs, right? I'd actually look for a pullback to VWAP from this point. Why? Because it starts becoming more of a 5-minute pattern. You can see here, it's kind of up to this right here. So it's an uptrending type of slope here. Ascending triangle. So we'll look for it to break out through that level. It's okay to pull back maybe 108s, but you would want it to get right back through that 109.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab some of the TTD this week's 110 calls, paying about $2.10. So that's where I'm at right now.
There's the pullback to 108. We'll see if it can get back on up there through the 109s. Does look good, at least on the 15-minute and 5-minute. And this is why you always got to look for it to see if different patterns show up on different time frames. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look to find some stocks that are moving today. Let's take a look at the Qs. Qs are starting to come back on up. So what is trading good in the Qs? We'll have Peloton trading up about 6%, PDD pulling back here, but we'll look for another push. Baidu actually breaking down there. So those two are kind of going against each other. So just be careful there in the Chinese names. Splunk pushing back up there. That's an interesting name. Definitely starting to hold after the big drop down that it had. And we'll see if that one can come back up roaring.
Man, PROG, this is wild. They had a refresh seller that punched it down. They took the price right back up there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so far so good.
That's those algos. That's those algos where it would try to get even the range in between. This is now getting towards the point where algos have controls, and retail traders think they have control at this point. But at this point, the trade has already happened. Now it's just momentum. Yeah. So it's all about how far can it keep going. The question is, where's the next stop? Let's look back at the daily and hour and weekly to see if we can find the next stop.
Yeah, I've got a limit order to sell half my size at $4.89. So
$4.90s and $5 is the next stop for us. Let's see if we get into that area.
Well, you're pushing here right through 480. So 483 is what I have on the day high here. It keeps attacking those highs. So I would think one push, you're gonna get out half your size here in a sec, Zunaid.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the ask and the bid. Come on, give me like 5 more cents. Come on.
Not a bad trade. Whoever was able to nail that.
No, not at all. We called this. We were on this from the open.
We even called out the options, right? You guys went and brought this to my attention. Then I looked at the options and we saw the sweepers come in, and that's what gave me the vote of confidence, if you will, to go ahead and get on this one. Oh, come on, don't do that.
What gave me the vote of confidence was the daily action in this to go for the intraday, right? If the daily action is always holding up, clean patterns. Look for clean patterns to be the ones that most of the traders jump on. Why? Because they see it just like you see it. They see it clean. And when it's clean, people want to go ahead and attack it. And I think that's what happened with PROG today. Definitely was on a lot of people's radars, and they went and attacked it.
They attacked it all right. They're still
missed it by freaking 4 cents. We'll see what happens. Missed my target by 4 cents.
I got a high of 486.
Yep. Yeah, my limit order was at 489. So excuse me, missed it by 3 cents. It happens.
What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? My 3 Robinhood trades refreshed. Time for some action. Hey, that's what you got to do sometimes.
Let's see what Lucy did.
You know, I actually use my day trades more now, Ryan, as protection for my swing trades.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the issues with it. That's one of the issues with it. That's one of the reasons, you know, again, if you are above that and you drop beneath that, you're now forced to make a choice. Do I use these for trades, or do I protect my own capital when a trade starts going against me? For me, capital preservation is always rule number 1, right? So I try, if I'm going to take a loss or use up a day trade in order to protect myself, I don't want to view that as a loss. I want to view that as the right thing to do in order to protect the capital that I have in my account. So I'm with you on that, Mitch. I'm with you on that 100%. That's absolutely what I used to do.
Tesla's approaching 1050, about $4 away from 1050 there.
Take a look here, Tesla, the dragon. Nice VWAP bounces. You guys, we call this strategy out often. The VWAP bounce strategy, at least for day trading, I really like it. Now, how do you make it a little bit more profitable? How do you make it more profitable is you're really trying to stick with the stories of the stock. So you want to trade the stocks that are socially active and are looking towards the upside. So like a perfect example could have been like PROG, right? And so you're looking for a VWAP bounce trade in a positive conviction style trade where a lot of people are looking for an upside move. That's where you look for those VWAP bounces because you're looking for a pullback to get in. That's how I think is the VWAP bounce really works. Now, when I feel like it doesn't come into play for day trading is if you just are trying to trade it off of every chart. If you try to trade it off of every chart, you're going to definitely run into those turnarounds. It's not going to always be, let's say, 100%. But what I realized, if you're on at least positive conviction stocks for those days, you're going to give yourself that much more probability to be into the green. So if you see a stock that's highly trending, holding well, those are the stocks you want to attack.
That kind of plays into the whole volume thesis, right? If there's going to be volume, if there's flow in either direction, you're going to be able to get in and out. You're going to be able to make better decisions on your trading by going to those stocks.
All right, we're starting to lose a little bit of traders as it gets towards that 10 o'clock hour. I know that some day traders start heading on out of here, but this is when I actually start looking at the SPY to either make a reversal or continue the trend for the day. Right now, we're in an uptrend in the SPY. We'll see if the SPY can get another lift and start pushing on up through this. As you can see, the 15-minute comes into play, and that's another reason why this is very important. You're starting to get 3 to 4 candles of the 15-minute chart to close. And what happens is the hourly traders come into play here, and hourly traders are very important. A lot of them are going to be trying to get these big pullbacks, see those day traders get stopped out, and then attack the hourly pattern that's there. So let's see what happens with the SPY here, see if we get a next lift or if we start breaking down from these levels.
Probably looking to test that 450, which it kind of did here. What was that low? Yeah, about 7 cents away. So far, popped right back up. Again, still in my position. Didn't get filled because of 3 doggone cents, but we are still here and we are still alive.
And there was a huge size at 460 that it took too not long ago. This is really chomping on this volume here. This is wild. This is definitely the stock to trade of the morning so far.
TTD is close to kind of being stopped out here. I would say break of 107. I would be out of this one on the other side. Let's see what's going on with NVIDIA. Did it break 300? Nope. 300 acted as resistance so far.
PHUN popping here.
Ooh.
Just looks like some volume and flow.
All right. What's going on out there? It looks like someone's talking about Tilray put credit going against me. I need to close out my credit call to manage it. This is why I don't trade options, Maddie. Maybe talk to them.
You bought a put. I'm sorry. What? Well, you can't buy. So you sold some puts is what you did.
Sold that put.
Unless you put on a spread. Is that what they're...
You see? Maddie, they need a little bit more clarification on your trade so they can help you out here. At least they're not going to give you the advice, but at least can talk about it. I'll tell you one thing. I don't do any of those, so I'm going to stay out of this one.
Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend like I do spreads. I mean, I mainly do call spreads if I do any, but typically I'm just a one-directional guy. I'm stubborn that way.
Jay Rice, great shout out here. Lucid, Square, and Intel are going to be on Cramer tonight. Say what you will about Cramer, the stocks that go on that show will often put in some type of move, and we've already seen with Lucid how the crazy moves that this thing has put in recently. So that's a really good shout out. I think you might want to watch Lucid the rest of the day. You might have some trading around that.
Yeah, I think maybe you get a run back up, but I mean, how much further can it run from here? That's my thing about this stock from here. Even if it does go on Cramer tonight, it's not going to 60. I'm
with you.
I don't see it going to 60. I always look at the daily extension and how much extension we've had in a week. Because if you've had a huge move in the weekly, then you probably can't expect to continue seeing that move. And if you look at the last weeks, it's a common move for Lucid to move about 17 to 20% each week, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We've already moved about 17%. Maybe we get to 20%, but I don't see it much higher than that. And then you're also keeping an angle, a really fast angle here, which is to the upside. If it breaks to 45, I think you're looking back down towards 35 and 30s. So that's why it's one of those stocks where it's tough to join the party now. I definitely say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're joining the party now, it's going to be one of those really volatile trades. I mean, look how it just opened. It looked like it was setting up for a big push towards 50, and instead it flushed down towards 48.60s. That's not a stock that I want to get caught in.
Yeah, me either.
It's too volatile.
Taking off, evidently.
What is?
Roblox traded back down towards the 104 support and then bounced.
Nice red to green move. We talked about this at the open. We're going to look for some red to green moves. It's exactly what you get here. Let's see the hourly pullback. Yep. So I talked about this, right? I talked about this earlier, how around this time you start seeing the hourly traders nail it. Look how this one goes to the hourly support. Yep. So you're seeing this pre-market look in this 9th resistance try, right? So we got 2. We're looking for the 3rd, and we're looking for a pullback. Right here, you get the 3rd, pullback to support. Now you look for the breakout. I can't call it enough. You know what I mean? The rule of 3 is real, guys. And one of the things that it works is because it's the pattern of the flag. And it's just, you can have multiple, you can even have, let's say, 5 resistance tries. But at least from what I've seen, after that 3rd, I'm looking for the breakout. If it's not happening, I also get the ticking time bomb where I'm like, okay, well, if it doesn't break out here, then it's probably going to go ahead and test the support again. I don't want to be anywhere near that support test again. So it gives me also the mentality that it's either breakout or I can cut the trade.
I'm going to go ahead and add to my TTD position. Went ahead and got filled at $1.80. But again, the reason I did it is because if it goes ahead and drops another $1, I'll be out.
Are you doing this week's 110 call? Is that the?
What did I buy?
There you go, guys.
Yes.
Body pushing on up, trying to limit my loss here, man.
Tesla's breaking or holding at the moment the 1050 area. Let me go ahead and pull that up here for chat. You can see right over here, kind of battled it, went back and forth, and now it's trying to push towards the 1060s. But that's what's going on with Tesla. PROG still bouncing around that 450 area, playing it currently at 462, hoping for it to climb back towards the $5 area. We'll see what happens there. Roblox, not bad if you want to play it over 110. You can see it has had resistance yesterday around that area and also in pre-market as well. And you're kind of seeing it tested right at the moment, failing a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
All right, people in the chat, I would love to hear if you guys got a winner, loser, whatever you want to talk about. This is the time to go ahead and start bringing them up. I can cover those trades, especially if you kind of give us the entry, the exits. We can take a look at the chart and see what you traded. All right.
I'm still looking around. I'm sorry, guys. It's other than PROG, don't see a whole lot today in terms of new trading opportunities.
That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's it's not a bad day to sometimes reassess, right? Sometimes you got to reassess, figure out what you can actually kind of get into and where we're moving into, right? So sometimes on days like today, I start trying to think a little bit longer term. So what are some plays that can come into play in December and January? So we're not looking into November anymore. We're looking towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year. What can come into play? That's when I start thinking about it, so that I can starting to look at these charts and seeing if the stories are following the technicals. And then we can take a look at the fundamentals. What do the analysts say? What does the earnings per share say? Is it an upside look? Then we could take high conviction trades.
I'm going to go ahead and risk about $1. Why don't I grab some Roblox 112 calls? Again, this is pretty risky. Not going to lie to you. Maybe everyone should just hold back and watch me lose on this one, but I did go ahead and grab it, so I wanted to call it out. Just in case I'm hoping for this break of 110. You can see that's exactly where it went ahead and ticked. The reason I also bought it is because I do see some call options coming in the past minute or so. The 110s being purchased for this week for about $100,000. They went ahead and paid $4.80. So trade as you'd like. If it goes below 109, I will be out. PROG, thankfully, climbing back. Come on, PROG. Need you to get me a win.
All right, guys, I'm moving up my stop on body to 360s. So I'm moving it up just because I'm trying to let it keep going. But it's kind of like a trailing stop right now. I don't want it to come back on me all the way. I'm trying to limit the loss, but at the same time, control it. And that's what it's all about right now. Cut is one that I might take here into this push. I did hear that Mara kind of turned around there. I'm taking a look at that Mara chart right now to see if there's a nice turnaround, and there is a little bit of a turnaround there. Pulled back on the 5-minute below VWAP. I want to see what's called a VWAP rejection, slightly above VWAP, and then right back down towards the 52s. That will show me that Mara is breaking down here.
PROG turning back up towards the highs here. Remember, 486 is the high a day. Looks like we want to try and take that down.
Yee, come on, giddy up. And look at how well, I mean, the 450 went ahead and held itself right over here. Never really even fully tested it. So I like it. Nice dip buys there. But again, I'm still in from the 436s. Did not add at all. Wasn't able to sell because it didn't hit my limit price. Missed it by 3 cents. So we'll see if I ever get there to finally give myself a win here today.
Here we go. Big size at 480 here. Look, they're chomping it. Let's see if they end up taking this down here. Taking about 20% of it so far.
Yeah, you
Gambling stocks into playoffs. I called that out too. Yeah, I like that look. We'll see them come back.
Yeah, that $5 is going to be tough to break, but that's expected though. Nothing of a surprise. Come on.
Trade Money said they're watching you, Zunaid. They're watching you.
Take me out, please.
Mara with a subpoena.
There you go.
Convertible notes.
Come on.
You're out.
Not yet. Come on. Oh my, bro. Okay, there you go. Okay, half of my half got filled, and the rest I'm still remaining. Are you serious, bro?
You know what that is?
Oh my god.
They saw that order out there, Zunaid. Sometimes you got to cancel.
I got
right back on.
10,000. Jesus. All right. Well, half of my. This is so stupid. All right, whatever. You do have PROG coming in for this week's $5 calls. So that gives me a little bit of hope that we will. I don't even know what to say. Whatever. Anyway, TTD looking to figure out what it wants to do with life. So I'm gonna revisit this one. Can I claim that I'm like 1 for 3 now, or do I have to like have all my size filled? That was so stupid. I'm like so annoyed with that.
Why didn't you?
It's just a part of the game, my friend.
Why didn't I what?
Why didn't you just drop your sell order by 1 penny?
I don't know. I have no idea. Well, because for me it was like 90 cents was like that. Oh, drop it 1 cent area, which is why I dropped it to 89. But I mean, whatever, it is what it is. TCD's looking to kind of be a bit bearish as it is under VWAP right here. Went ahead and bounced from 106.88. I'm really hoping that 107 holds. We will see what happens on that one. PROG. Let me see how much. What size did they put into that PROG? Let's see here. Yeah, about 90,000. They paid about 65 cents for this week's $5 calls, so it gives me a little bit of hope. A little bit of hope. All right, let's go back to PROG here. Come on. I can't believe it didn't fill all that. It's just funny because the first time I missed it by 3 cents, and the second time I missed it by like no cents. There just weren't enough buyers there, I guess. Whatever. It is what it is.
There are other people on those spots that you're at too that are also trying to get out.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so that's what I tried to avoid. I assumed people would be there in that $4.90 to $5 range, and I thought I'd be cute with the $4.89, and the market was like, no, whatever. At least I got half of my half. So out 1/4, 436 to 489. If it breaks 450, I will be out of it.
It's been a pretty trade.
That was a gain if it breaks 450 though, right? Because you sold some of it.
Well, yeah, it'll be because I'll still be in profit because I got it at 436. But it is what it is.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going. I don't really see much. I don't have much going on. In
Yeah,
my
there's not much
I've
today, so
I've
I'll
got
let you
other
guys
stuff to do today. So I'm going to head out a little bit early. I am looking forward to doing this with you tomorrow. Zunaid, good luck on the rest of that trade. We are going to don't worry if you don't get it. We are going to find you another one tomorrow. We've been pretty good at finding some of these.
I will report back.
Yeah.
I will report back and let you guys know how it goes.
All right, take care, everyone. We'll see you.
See you.
All right, see you, Ron. All
right.
right, there you go. So then there was 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Dun,
my
dun, dun.
final thoughts here, Mitch, and then you can carry the show, is just pretty much
Let's
the
do
same
it.
thing here. Just waiting for it to get back to my levels. I am going to go ahead and grab a couple of YOLOs at the $5 calls. I'm paying about 63 cents is where I just got filled. TTD did not break and hold that 107. It kind of spiked and then came right back above. So I'm still alive barely. But if this one goes ahead and breaks, I will exit my calls. But that's kind of pretty much where we are at. Main position right now, and focus is on PROG.
All right, we'll see how that performs. PROG, definitely. I'm still watching HUT. I'm looking for maybe a reversal to see if I can get that to nail down. Right now, I'm looking at a couple different trades. LAZR coming back to VWAP. We'll see if I can get an add on that one. Don't really want to add up here. I'm just trying to let the position work right now and see if it can continue moving. Body, I still have that stop on the 360s. Still haven't gotten stopped out on that, so we'll see what happens there.
Cool. All right,
and
man.
I'll let you get out of here, Zunaid. Like
See you,
always,
pal.
man. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
All right, guys. Like always, guys, smash that like button if you guys are enjoying this and getting some value, because that's what it's about. It's learning about the process. And yes, I am getting drilled with these likes. Hit that like, man. Support us. That's what it's all about, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's see what's moving out there in the market. If you guys got a stock, definitely throw it up in the chat. I'm going to start going through some stocks in the sector and industry analysis, and we'll start rolling through that. Up next, you guys got all access. It should be coming on in about 5 minutes, guys. So I'm going to start wrapping on up. We should be going live in just about 5 minutes. So you guys smash the like. Let's keep it going. Yes, that's what it's all about. Let's take a look here. So you guys got a stock. You guys can call out. We already called this one out. This was a great move. We're looking at HUT. I might take a day trade on this, guys. It's looking like it's coming back here, starting to push back on up. I'm looking for a little lift here above this high here, and then a quick rejection here. So right here is right around the time where I'd be looking for that rejection. Let's see if we can get a fill here. Looks like 52s are on the bid. I'm going to look to put out the 52 here right now and see if we can get a fill. All right, order out on that 52. Let's see if we get this fill right here. I'll let you guys know if I get the contract filled. Looking to take a little trade here on the downside. Looking for a downside reaction here. This would be that breakout, looking for it to come right back on down. This is the shorter time frame pattern in a longer time frame bearish pattern. This is kind of like a shorting. What do you call this trade? This would be a. I'm forgetting the name right now. I don't know why it's slipping through my head right now, but definitely I'm looking for a quick turnaround here from these levels. Let's see if we get it. See if we get a fill too. I mean, got to get a fill too. All right, looks like I got the fill here. Yep, looks like we got the fill there. We got it out there. We got it at 52, 14 strike price. Yes, Money Mitch is taking a options trade live for you guys out there. Smash the like. We got 3 minutes left. Let's see if it turns around. What is going on? Hey, Mitch, the money guy. That's what it's about. Dead cat bounce. Thank you. Adolfo. Dude, I don't know how it's slipping through my brain. Dead cat bouncing. I'm about to throw my cat. No, let's go ahead. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we get a pullback. Gene, you guys know it. Let's see what happens here. I'm taking my shot. So I said, what? A 1 resistance try, 2 resistance try, 3 resistance try, failure to break out. That's what I want to see. Now, failure to break out means goes up towards that high resistance, that first one, and then just turns around, gets on back down towards this 1393. A slight tick above is able to hold. We don't want to see it get back towards, let's say, 1450s. 1450s is going to be our out here. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can get this turnaround and get it to crush down. All right, we got about 2 minutes left, so I want to smash the like. Let's keep it going. PROG, you already know. Let's go ahead. BBBY, someone's talking about. I could definitely take a look at that. I'm going to put this chart on my side charts here to keep a look at it. I'll let you guys know what happened right now. Let's take a look at some of the ones you guys mentioned before we get on out of here. PROG, can it get on up there? Has that third resistance try. Needs to hold support and then push on through 490s right now. We'll see if we get on through that level and continue to make that move. Patrick talking about, I got this. Hey, appreciate the love, man. That's what I like to see. Thank you. Definitely PROG and GGPI, some of the best ones today. GGPI, let's take a look here. That one crushed down there. Had a nice look, but definitely started to break down. Didn't hold that pre-market action that I wanted to see. The 15s hold. When we went back through 15s, we wanted to see it go through 1625. It actually rejected that and then coming back down through 15 here. And you can see how it starts playing into a resistance. So here it was all above the trend line, and here is all below the trend line. And so you can see it, how it's flipping on that $15 price point and how it's so important. The Kellogg's Leche. You guys already know Kellogg's. Get those frosted flakes in there, Armando. You guys already know. Let's go ahead. I'm going to be wrapping up here. It's 10:30, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed live trading. I'm going to keep trying to bring some new things, guys, whether that's other traders, whether that's some new graphics, whether that's breaking down strategies broken down by graphics. Let me know what you guys want to see right here on live trading, because you guys run this show, not me. So definitely let us up in the comments. Let us know what you want to see, and we'll bring more to the show. Looking to see what happens in HUT. Right now, it is starting to push down a little bit, but hasn't broken down completely. It's right there near that resistance. We'll see what happens here in HUT, and if it can get that breakdown there, and we'll return tomorrow. Like always, smash the like. We'll get here and keep pushing on here, guys. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So hit that like, and we'll see you next time on Live Trading with Benzinga. Let's keep going. All right, guys, going to get you over to live access. Just making sure we got that redirect set so that you guys get on right on over. Looks like it is, and I'm out of here.